enjoyable early summer for some people, late spring for others. It was beautiful here in the Pacific Northwest. Really enjoying the weather. It's one of those things that, I was talking to someone yesterday. It's difficult to complain about the weather because it could change like that. And all of a sudden it's back to cold, wet, and rainy. Not one that we get that much, but springtime in this part of the country is like that. Growing up in the Midwest, spending time in the Northeast, it's not much different. The adage there was if you don't like the weather, just wait 5 minutes. It's likely going to change and that can happen. But I'm excited to be with you this week to kick off another week of kind of connected content. This week, my content is all about branding, personal branding, the value of a brand, the value of brand and leadership, the value in being known. Today, I'm going to start with this first. Let me pull up my notes. Knowing yourself first. If you see the title, that's what we're talking about. And the question there is, do you really know yourself? Stop and think about that. Now, we may know ourselves, but do we accept it? Do we appreciate it? Do we share it with others? Do we see opportunities and places to impact others? See, that's really the question that leads me to my thought of the day, which is others will know and accept you when you know and accept yourself first. It's really hard for others to know and appreciate and accept you until you're willing to let them. And part of that is knowing who you are. Now, we live in a world today where in the past, it was always kind of, and there's certain power in this, just keeping people on their toes. There's people and leaders that took that to such an extent that they chose not to let people know them. Well, I think that's quickly changed in the era of social media where we know so much about so many. And our trust and our connectedness really depends upon their authenticity. Do they seem too good to be true? Meaning, man, they have no faults. We've come to realize that isn't true and accepting the fact that everyone has faults. We all have hairy warts, if you want to describe it that way. Now, the people that can embrace it, the people that can accept it, the people that say, yeah, those are my past transgressions. Those are the ills of my, self that I try to fight. I think back right now, in ancient, there's a ancient writer, I guess Paul was his name, that he said it was because of my faults that actually have value. I actually am real. I'm actually the ability for me to share. I believe that's in leadership today. The leader that accepts their fallibility, that, you know what? Yeah, I struggle with this. I need to work extra hard in this area so it doesn't limit what I'm great at. And some of that is knowing what you're great at and being willing to connect people through it. That's a value of knowing yourself first. And then through that, allowing others to know you. My encouragement is to do that. Just set aside the armor. One of the lessons I've learned about power is the moment that you accept your weakness, your enemy has a really hard time using it against you. All right. Hope you got value from today. Can't wait to share more with you this week. Till next time, have a good one and enjoy the time of the year. Enjoy it always, whether it's snowing, cold, 5 degrees, or 102.